What's happening, everybody? It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Today is Friday, November 26th. I hope everyone is doing awesome out there today. And happy Thanksgiving to our neighbors in the South down in the United States. So going to jump into this video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Cannara Biotech. So there were some new products that came out that I just want to highlight. And then there was a video as well about their Valleyfield facility that they recently acquired from the Green Organic Dutchman. They did some propagation and they got that facility prepped and ready to go. So there's a video that I want to share with you folks, and also want to share a major warning sign that I'm seeing on the chart here for Cannara. But before we jump into today's content, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos, and stick around and we'll jump into it here in just a second. Welcome back to the show, everybody. So just before we jump into the major warning sign and that Valleyfield video I want to share with everybody, I do want to just run through, as I mentioned earlier, Nugs came out with their own hash products family. So if you've tried these, let me know in the comments below. Personally, I haven't been to Quebec in a while. I'm traveling to Edmonton, Alberta at the moment. I'm actually in the process of closing a new condo. So I'm buying a condo there. So it's likely going to be a little while before I can get to Quebec to personally try it out myself. But like I said, jumping over here to the Nugs website, they do have the old school hash and the ice water hash as their newest product. So if you've tried any of these, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are, what you'd rate them out of 10, and which one you like the best. But if you've tried any other hash as well from any other companies, let me know if you like this better or worse. Always love hearing from you. So jumping over, I want to share with everybody, just before we jump into the major warning sign, I want to share this video that Cannara just sent out. So they said, "We know you've been eagerly waiting to see our Valleyfield facility up and running, and we're proud to share our first grow room is fully propagated with 9,600 clones. Over the last few weeks, we have been hard at work on our Valleyfield facility. Since September, our team secured our license from Health Canada, redesigned our first greenhouse to replicate indoor growing conditions without utilizing the sun, built a cultivation team in Valleyfield, and implemented our climate and irrigation operating procedures, and today we have successfully planted our first garden. Our first grow room holds 9,600 plants, which were propagated in 2 days. Launch the video above and enjoy a front row experience of our most recent achievements." So here we go.
Okay, bring the table down, let's bring it in. All right, that's good. Wait a minute. All right, that's good.
Welcome back once again, everybody. So that video was super awesome. It's been quite the journey. I've been following Cannara now for many, many months, and basically went from nobody knowing who they were to being all the rage, especially in Quebec. And it's going to be really interesting to see where this company heads over the next few quarters and the next couple of years, and to see whether or not they gain, nationwide distribution. There's a lot of different craft companies at the moment, and they're on the rise big time. I know Ogen's a really good one and a popular one out west in Western Canada. I actually bought some when I was in Alberta last time, and they have some phenomenal bud. But Cannara's right up there as well, and it's really, really interesting and really great to see that the expansion and the success that they've been having in a short period of time. So I just want to send my kudos out to Cannara Biotech. You guys have been absolutely slaying the market over the last several quarters, to be quite honest with you. So we'll jump into the chart here. So the love chart on the monthly time frame, we are right at monthly support here. We do have key support at 12.5 cents. And this actually will negate the monthly uptrend. So if we see follow through to the downside here, we're going to see a monthly uptrend being lost. So you can see here we had the low, high, higher low, and higher high. We broke that 18-cent barrier by half a cent. So we hit 18.5 cents, and then we pulled back since. So we're on the verge of losing the monthly uptrend here, which is not a very good sign. That's a pretty big warning sign in itself. But the major warning sign that I was alluding to in the title of this video was the death cross that just occurred here back on the 1st of November. You can see here that the 50-day moving average crossed downwards through the 200-day moving average. So when we see that type of cross, that is referred to as what we call a death cross. And from that, when we had that cross actually occur, we were sitting here at about 13 cents. So we haven't seen much follow through to the downside after that death cross. So it looks like we could be gearing up for some more downside. Again, this isn't financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But we're certainly going to be looking out for support at 10 cents. So that is going to be the next key psychological number. And we also have here on the daily time frame, we had a daily high or low here at 10 cents right before. So we have $10, 10 cents psychological. And then we also have a daily high or low here on the price action at 10 cents. So I do suspect 10 cents to remain as strong support going forward. So if you are looking for some entries into Cannara, I think placing some bids around that 10 cent mark would provide a nice opportunity and long entry. But like I said, we're on the verge of losing the monthly uptrend. We are not weekly oversold yet either. We still got quite a bit of ways to go. So if we did make it to that 10 cent area, that would likely put us weekly oversold. And if we look at the daily time frame, we're not daily oversold either. So closing near the low of the day, the US markets are closed, so we're still open here for another hour and 5 minutes in the Canadian markets. But you can see here on the weekly time frame, again, we're nowhere near oversold. So we could see a lot more downside, in my opinion, and follow through from that death cross. We also are extremely bearish here on the weekly time frame. We're below the 10-week moving average. The stochastic is crossing bearish. The MACD is bearish. And if we look at the weekly time frame, we do have the 100 weekly moving average there at 12 cents. So if we do lose 12 cents, like I said, I expect to drop to 10 cents, maybe even a flush of 10 cents. And we know that the S&P 500 just recently closed. The U.S. markets closed early, so it closed right at the low. So printed a pretty bearish weekly candle, and we could be seeing another pullback to around the 445 to 450 area on SPY into next week before we see a bounce, in my opinion. So that lines up well with some weakness in MJ. MJ has been extremely weak. If we look at some of the indices like MSOS and HMMJ, they confirmed a daily uptrend, and then they just got absolutely short attacked, and the bears won once again and knocked the price down, and SPY wasn't helping today either. So it's entirely possible that we see more downside in the broader market, entirely possible that we see more downside in the Canadian and the US MJ sector. And if we see that in all of those categories, then we're going to expect that love, so Cannara Biotech, would likely follow suit. So like I said, key support there at 12 cents. If we lose that, we're going to be looking for a bounce around that 10 cent psychological. And like I said, placing any bids around that 10 cent area, I think, is a wonderful long-term entry opportunity. So let me know in the comments below if you think we're going to see a lot more downside from here. Like I said, closing near the low of the week, not a good look. And the overall broader market right now, with the variant concerns that are on the rise, it's certainly pretty much the way the markets are heading right now. Is a lot of signs are pointing to risk off, and we're seeing the safe haven assets gain a little bit. The dollar's been on an absolute tear, but the dollar has been weekly overbought as well on the DXY chart. So I think we could see a bit more downside on the dollar, and that would bode well for markets and asset bulls. So we're going to keep a close eye on it here into next week. But like I said, happy Thanksgiving to the folks in the South. Hope you have a great Friday night and a long weekend for those of you that do have the weekend off. And like I said, just expect more downside. It can always go a lot lower than you think, and even lower than that. So thanks for joining us again on The Pursuit of Wealth. As always, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel on your way out, and we'll see you in the next video.